Now may I request our guest of honor, the Attorney General for India and Honorary Chairman of the Bar Association of India, Shri R. Venkataramani. May I request him to kindly address the gathering.
Let me welcome those of you who travel long distances. And to travel these days is comfortable, easy as we think, but unlike Columbus and Captain Cook traveled all those days. But you need to have a mind to travel. You need to have a commitment to travel and to be part of a global community of those who want to see a new world and change a new world order. So I invite each and every one of you for this global commitment, particularly from the Asian continent. And as probably things will unfold, we are going to play a huge role in a new understanding of rule of law at a global level and rule of law within domestic frontiers. So with that few introductory words, since the learned judge has to go to the court as early as possible, I want to share a few concerns. What volunteers can do. Prashant talked about volunteers can move from the back side to the front side and make changes happen in a big way. He's a great example. And he mentioned about just Mr. C.L. Sanghi. We're talking about ties. The tie which Sanghi voted, I think, brought about greater ties. So it all depends on what ties we make among each other by losing something which is not very precious. So there are, long ago in 1958, when Justice Brennan was addressing association, bar association, he said, senior lawyers do seem to be listening, but in their innermost mind, they're thinking something else. And he said, I would like to address the law students. Probably they'd like to be more receptive. But fortunately, there are no law students here. All of you will be as receptive because each of you have come to share your own thoughts. And we have a common travel, common journey, and a common end and pursuits. Now, the supreme value of democracy, all of us understand, is the worth and dignity of each individual. And why do you have a constitution? And why do you talk about rule of law? And if liberty is as important for each and every one of us who live at a very preferred state of life, it's equally important for those who are aspiring to live with dignity and worth. So how do we make it all possible? The Cold War era, happily, is dead. But we have new other wars which are on the horizon. How do we therefore ensure the legal community that we coin new understandings of world equation on equal regard and equal status for all nations? And how do you also ensure these coining of new understandings percolate within the domestic frontiers? And each democracy, within its own special features and history, is able to perform and move towards common goals of peace and world order. I think all of us are committed to that. I'm sure in today's session and tomorrow and the day after, we'll be talking about it more and more. But I only want to say this finally. Each one of us, I think, individually are committed to something good and beyond ourselves. And beyond ourselves, we think about that means, and I remember John Adams, long ago, President of the United States in 1789, talking about, and I study war and peace because my sons must study mathematics and philosophy. And they study mathematics, philosophy because my grandsons will study architecture, peace, tapestry, beauty, etc., etc. Therefore, you're talking about the great grandsons who will be studying not war and peace, will be studying mathematics, philosophy, values of life, dignity, and so on and so forth. I think we're committed to each one of those values. Let us be committed, continue to be committed, and have a common journey where the globe will no longer be torn with wars and all those lack of humanity is considered. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you so much.